So we discussed about the product launch process, collecting data, planning for contingency and so on. So essentially we have done all our effort to make the new product successful, right? So that is your objective. If I am designing or developing a product, I want it to be successful. But there are factors when it will fail, right? So products sometimes it will fail, or it will, at least from the organization point of view, it may appear to be failing, right? So what will be, how do we handle product failure? So there are some ways or some options we will discuss in terms of planning for the failure, right? So let's say the market situation is particularly difficult and the solutions lie only in longer time product changes. Okay, so let's say the market is not ready for it or wants more input or something. So you have to do significant changes in the product which will take longer. So one option you have is pull the product out temporarily, yeah, or at best, or if it is running, let some sales happen, stop all promotions or freeze the product, and you go back to your planning and make those corrections, take time and execute it. So do not invest more resources or invest more in marketing if the product is failing because of your basic characteristic, or market is the customer doesn't appreciate the product, right? So that's a significant call where it is more about your image or positioning issue. You will try to correct, like it is a, let's say it's a training manual issue, or it is a availability issue. Those are part of your contingence plan. You execute them, right? In the previous section we discussed, right? You will address that. That's your plan, contingence plan, or plan about your typically control events and so on. Those you will try to control. If it is beyond that, you will withdraw. Let's say if things in the development area don't move successfully, that's your market side. The second part is the development side. If the development area don't move along successfully fast enough, it is usually necessary to abandon the product. That is, to abandon the market opportunity, right? If you feel that internally you cannot develop the product, or you cannot execute it fast enough. So yeah, so essentially abandon the decision to abandon the product or leave the market is not easy, right? So the product abandoning or deletion decision is a very complex one, and it can have, again, organization level ripple effects, right? Questions will be there and so on. But still, the choice is, when instead of investing your resources on something when you are convinced that the idea is not going to work or move forward, so instead of investing there, you rather cut it off and invest in a new product or something, develop something else, or correct it, right? These are basic ideas of your steps, right? So some issues about your product deletion process, right? So is basically, you can first recognize that the product has to be deleted. This is basically the recognition comes from your performance expectation versus the reality, right? Compare your performance against your guidepost or your initial plan, right? That you had from the beginning. This is your where you had that plan, right? The common criteria typically in this case will be your market share, growth rate, profit margin, sales revenue, right? These are, we discussed sales, well, these are part of my initial product planning, right? If it is significantly missing those expectations or those performance criteria, you identify that there is a problem and the product should be deleted, right? The next you move to analysis and revitalization stage. So in this stage, typically the question is, can you restore the product? Can the problems be resolved? Can it can I make it viable again, right? So basically your quality process or product improvement comes to picture. Some of the other options is new markets to enter. Let's say it didn't work, it doesn't have enough features to cater to a developed market or a premium market. Can you reduce the price and do it in a mass market? Or if it didn't work in the metro, can it work in a semi-urban or tier 2 kind of markets, right? This is a product, you take it to different market, like let's say the product didn't work in India. So can you take it to Africa and sell those products, right? You will see a lot of those bikes, let's say the Bajaj have a lot of those low-end bikes which typically sell a lot more in Africa than in India, right? So a lot of those analyze and revitalize the stage. The third stage here is evaluation and decision formulation stage. So here consider the effect of the deletion on overheads, the firm's policies, right? What is your policy of product deletion? Do you execute, exit or rework? Or is it feasible to do a capacity utilization, right? So these are some of those elements in terms of how do you evaluate the decision in the formulation stage. Next fourth stage here is about implementation. In the implementation stage, we will decide whether the product is to be deleted immediately or mailed out, as in you let it run. You are not going to invest it, but even if it is small, try to reduce the price and sell more and basically sell it till it lasts, right? It's a execute it till it survives. So the other option is sell it, right? Let's say this product you give it to a competition, or this venture you sell it completely, right? Let someone else take it, okay? You can do that, completely sell the products also, right? These are, let's say it's more about your services or tech products. Let's say you did the product and you do not want to take it forward, or it doesn't meet your expectation. Probably someone else will take that developed tech product and they will probably use it to platform to use something. So you will sell the product and exit, right? Let's say your expectation is not met. A lot of your startups probably will sell the product to a larger player, right? Like your Microsoft or IBM, you will sell them. Basic idea is that you realize that you probably what you expected you cannot execute it, or you cannot get whatever financial metrics you wanted. So one of the best options here is also exit, right? So these are 4 stages of product deletion process.